Now, I would be remiss and cheating you guys if I didn't talk about the other element of what I teach, which is the inner game part. So let me tell you a story here to introduce it. I had a student, took one of my courses. He practiced for a period of a couple of months, decides he's really going to go for it, goes to a club, and there's a smoking hot woman there. And she's the woman where guys make that invisible U-turn. You know what I'm talking about? She's that hot. He goes up to her, he says, I don't know what you're doing with all these other men, but it's not working with me. My name's so-and-so. He, within 20 minutes, does a couple of my patterns. 20 minutes later, they're making out like crazy. He takes a break, looks around, and people are like, what is this guy doing? He figures he's going to play it cool. Mistake number one, he didn't try to get her out of there the same night. He didn't get my memo. He gets a card with her phone number that has her cell number on it. He figures, I'm going to be a cool dude. I'm going to make her wait. Waits 3 days. 3 days come by. Sounds like the story of Christ. After 3 days, ransacks his desk, can't find the card. Goes through his condo, can't find the card anywhere. He thinks, holy shit, it's dumpster night. I threw it out in the fucking dumpsters. He lived in a big condo complex, 5 dumpsters. He dove through each one. After 90 minutes, no phone number. Now, what he said next holds profound significance for all of you. What he said next, he said, Ross, my old self came back. I've been depressed for 6 weeks. I can't even talk to a woman. Why do I always fuck it up with women? I have a question for you guys. Where was his old self when he was making out with that woman and getting the envy of every guy in the club? Where did his new self go when his old self came back? Pismo Beach, Jerusalem, where did it go? Come on, I want some answers. Anybody?
Subconscious?
Huh?
Subconscious?
Subconscious? Anybody else?
It's still there.
It's still there? The old self was still there when he was making out with the chick?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. One more answer. Yes?
The new self is never there.
The new self, oh, interesting. I'm going to give you a B- on that, but not bad. Here's what I think. Say again?
The self is a construction.
Who said that? Very good answer. That's an A+. Very good answer. Here's my idea. Here's the really interesting thing for me. As a hypnotist, I ask myself the question, how is it possible that he hallucinated away, that he gave himself an amnesia for everything he did right? Because he did a lot of things right that evening. He prepared himself, right? He got dressed properly, he worked on his attitude, he made the approach, introduced himself right, did the language patterns, got a great makeout. But in his mind, all he saw was failure. And my teaching to you is that he looked at his progress through the pain of his past. He looked at his progress through the pain of his past. In an area of life that has pain and confusion and trauma, and by the way, half of what I do is healing work with people. A lot of my seminars, I'm doing a lot of covert healing work. A lot of guys who come to this community have a lot of trauma that needs to be gotten out of the way. It's not about them being beta males. It's about them being traumatized human beings. So if you say to a traumatized person, you just need to act alpha and do this, you're just giving them more things to do self-torture around. So he was looking at his progress and his potential through the pain of his past. My mother, may her memory be for a blessing, who was one of my great teachers, used to say, if you dip your glasses in shit, even the roses are going to look brown. So that's the profound challenge. In an area of life that's really painful, it takes training and discipline, and if you can afford it, coaching, to see your progress. So what do you do? Now, the other piece of poison that he really swallowed down is that question he asked, why do I keep fucking it up with women?